Windows, windows, windows. Windows are something that everybody loves. Not once have I heard a complaint that a ship has too many windows, and I'm not surprised. Being portals to the cold and empty void outside, or to the beautiful mountain range in the distance, they are a fundamental part to a great ship. As a matter of fact, I hope it's not just me who feels that a dream ship isn't a dream ship if it hasn't got at least one window. But why? Why are windows so loved, and what makes them so mesmerizing? Hello, my name is Silent Archer, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you feel like I deserve it in the end, please feel free to like and subscribe. I also want to take this moment to thank all of you for having helped me reach 600 subscribers. I'm stoked to see you all enjoy the content enough to subscribe, and just know that I'm grateful for the support. Anyhow, without further ado, let's get started. Generally, windows aren't fitted in every room, everywhere on a ship. In lore, this is partly due to them being quite expensive to produce, considering they are stronger than even steel. This results in dominant parts of the ship being lit up artificially and thus uniformly. Depending on the manufacturer, this sometimes means a very dim but warm light in the case of Drake, clinical and white light in the case of Origin, and perhaps somewhere in between when it comes to manufacturers such as Anvil or RSI. Sometimes this uniform lighting can invoke a sense of claustrophobia. What windows do, however, is let natural light into the space, lifting part of that claustrophobic atmosphere. Suddenly we get a light that adapts to how your ship is oriented in space, where it is and what is happening outside. More importantly, however, we get a light that doesn't feel artificial because, well, it isn't. This can feel like a breath of fresh air when you've been walking around the same dimly lit corridors for hours on end and just want some fresh light. When flying, there are multiple ways to understand what is happening and where you are. You can either be by the cockpit and look out, or you can use audio cues or physical sensations to tell what is happening. Sounds can be experienced anywhere on the ship, along with physical sensations, but looking outside is generally bound to the cockpit. A window allows you and your crew to see what is happening without being at the helm of the ship, and there is something uniquely satisfying about that. It's nice to wake up from a night's sleep and immediately see where you are, and unless in space, what time of day it is. It also allows for unmatched vistas, waking up and seeing the blazing sun creeping over the horizon. In one sense, you are bringing the outside in, which also further removes the potential feelings of claustrophobia. On an even more practical level though, having a window by the ramp for instance lets you quickly see if there are dangers lurking outside, before letting them all enter the only place where you're safe. Being in space, you are very, very small. Windows remind you of this. Windows invoke a feeling of being very small, as if clinging to the very edge of safety. Your ship is a tiny bubble of life in the infinite cosmos, and the only thing keeping you alive is a relatively thin hull plate. Knowing this, standing by a window suddenly feels like you're looking death in the eyes, but saying, "I'm safe." Perhaps it's the empty vacuum of space that's staring back at you, or it's the harsh winds of an alien planet, but either way, the window lets you look into that which you're trying desperately to stay out of, and there's something cozy about that. It's humbling and it always makes me feel quite excited. They serve as a reminder that you are on your own, in a small spaceship in a very, very large universe. Windows are something that everybody loves. Not only do they allow for a break in the monotonous, artificially lit and sometimes even claustrophobic hallways, but they let you and your crew see where you are even when you're not at the bridge, and they can evoke a humbling feeling of standing at the very edge of safety. To me, they really are a fundamental part of a great spaceship, and I honestly wish more ships had them. I want to see the sun, I want to see the mountain ranges, and I want to feel small in a big universe, even when I'm not sitting in my pilot seat. Though one could argue that a cockpit checks all of the boxes of what a window is, it's not the same thing. A cockpit's main purpose is to allow the pilot to fly, whereas the purpose of a window is something else. Its role is purely observational. It doesn't serve a function beyond being able to look outside. Even if it's just a tiny little porthole, that is enough. That is more than enough. Please feel free to write in the comments below if you agreed with what I've said in this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like and maybe even subscribe. It really means a lot, and the fact that we've already gained 100 subscribers in just 2 weeks is amazing, and I just want to, again, thank all of you for that, for making this already wonderful journey all the more worthwhile. Thank you so much for watching this video, take good care of yourselves, and, like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.